Tell me, are you stunned by what you've just seen?
I'm not stunned. I know that he broke him down, right? He broke him down. He was patient. Daniel Dubois did, for me, looked better. Like landed some good shots in the beginning. It was going back and forth. And he got Usyk's attention, but he was patient. Feints, movement, footwork, it all came together for him.
I feel bad for Daniel. Frank gave it to him on the plate. But you want to hang out. Let me start off here. I feel bad for Daniel. And I'm going to say this, yeah, to all the fighters out there. You want to be a killer, you hang out with killers. You train like a killer. Remember that, yeah? Boxing is a combat sport, you understand? It's not about the days of boxing like how we used to box 5 years, 10 years ago have changed. This guy is showing you the remedy. He's fit, he makes you work. It's crazy.
Masterclass. We're watching one of the greatest fighters of all time here in Usyk. Fantastic. Punch perfect. Had it a lot to do, put the fire out, and perfect punches. A master. All in all I can do is applaud.
I don't know if you know that, but Daniel turned up at half-weight tonight. Do you reckon that may have made any sort of difference?
No, Daniel did a lot better tonight, but he was just in there with a generational great fighter, someone who's going to be remembered for the rest of history. We'll take your hat out to him. That's all he can do.
Just not. Oh shit! Dubois hurt. Oh! Dubois got knocked out. I just lost $10,000. $10,000. Ah! Dubois. Ah!
Incredible. Gutted, because obviously we want the Brit to win, you know, and Dubois put up a good fight in there.
Do you think Dubois gave up there? He looked like...
No, don't do that. Don't do that to him.
Usyk was really...
I don't know what's even worse, he got knocked out. Do you know what I mean? But he went and he done what everybody wanted to see, which was him attacking in there. Yeah.
Usyk's just one of the best I've seen live. One of the best I've seen live, and what an honour it was to watch him. But Dubois will be back. What is he? 28. He's young.
27.
27. He's young. He'll be 3-4-time world heavyweight champion of the world.
What is it about Usyk that makes him so good a level from the rest?
He brings the fighter's mental energy, man. His footwork, his feints. He's unreal, bro. He's unreal.
Do you think Dubois could have got up in the last one?
Pardon?
The last knockdown, do you think Dubois could have got up?
He would have been hurt. He would have been hurt regardless. So it's for the better, I think.
Oleksandr Usyk, whoa! 5th round stoppage of Daniel Dubois. I'm in Las Vegas right now getting ready for the Pacquiao fight. We're watching an all-time great. Oleksandr Usyk is an all-time great. He just dismantled Daniel Dubois, who's 27 and in his prime. Usyk, crown the man. I don't want to hear anything, no slander. All-time great heavyweight. Oh my God. Usyk stops Dubois in 5.
Daniel Dubois and Oleksandr Usyk just had the biggest showdown of the year, and fans have witnessed what they were waiting for so long. The bout has been electric, and here are some pros' reactions to the bout.
No, I don't think it was one-sided. At the end it was. I thought Daniel gave a good account of himself in a couple of the rounds. But, you know, he's an unbelievable fighter, Usyk. Modern-day great. And you've got to take your hat off to him. In any generation, he'd be a great fighter. Daniel, I hope you can learn from it. You know, as I say, the better man won on the night.
I'll put you on the spot. Does anybody beat this man in this era?
The only challenger out here, there's 2 left. My guy Joseph Parker and Adji Caballel. They're the 2 young, fresh heavyweights who are in form. They're the only challengers left for this guy.
Do you think Dan made a mistake by basically annoying him about, you know, with all the talk about his faith and about the body shot, etc.? Do you think they made a mistake annoying him?
Listen, whatever happened, bro, they were concentrating on the wrong thing. All they had to do was say, we're happy with this situation, round 2, we'll win the fight. That's it. They were going off the scale of body shot, you're a liar and all this for no reason. And what happened now?
He said in the press conference the other day, and I've never heard him say this, he predicted that he'll win by knockout, and he's never done that before.
Yes, mate, I know how he trains. You know, he was confusing Daniel with his legs, moving. And when he saw the shot, we saw the in the first round, the double jab, good, beautiful jab.
Does anyone beat him in this era, Derek?
I'll beat him.
Do you think he should fight Parker?
Parker's deserved his shot. I think Parker should get a world title fight regardless, even if Usyk vacates the belts.
Hands off. Usyk fought like a heavyweight, not a cruiserweight in there tonight.
Yeah, no, he did. He stood on business, man. He stood on business, and he said he was going to knock Dubois out, and he done exactly that.
He came to fight, not to box.
Yeah, no, for real. But you could see it all fight week. You could see it all fight week in his eyes and in his persona as well.
How good is Usyk?
Phenomenal. Best heavyweight there is currently, and I don't see anybody beating him.
Is he as good as Muhammad Ali? It's not a crazy thing to say, I don't think, at this point.
The thing is, you can't really do the comparisons. Do you know what I mean? But I do think he is one of the best currently now to do it.
Who do you want to see Usyk fight next, or just sail off?
He can sail off into the sunset, and he's done everything. Do you know what I mean? He's phenomenal fighter, man. You're watching him. I'm just watching him. I'm going, oh my god. Like, that's God-given talent. Yeah, you can't train that.
I don't think we've ever seen Usyk fight with them kind of bad intentions.
Listen, he threw with bad intentions, and he wanted to get him out of there today.
He said in the press conference that he was going to win by stoppage. Are you hoping that he calls your name out?
I hope he calls me out.
Why do you jump in the ring?
The unbeatable Oleksandr Usyk. We'll find out. His next fight will be against Joe Parker. I know, I'll come on to that in a second, but with Daniel Dubois, look, he's 27 years old. He can come again, right? I hope he can. He's got to learn from it. If he don't learn from it, then he won't come again. But it's up to him. You know, it was a tough night for him, a tough night. Is he okay, like, health-wise? He's obviously very, very disciplined. But in terms of, that was brutal, that knockout, Frank. Is he okay? He got up, he got up at 10. He weren't brutal, he weren't poleaxed, he got up.
Veteran promoter Frank Warren also commented on the mega high stakes clash and stressed that the fight would boil down to whoever made the wiser tactical plan of the night. He believed that Oleksandr Usyk would carry the fight at an early stage based on his better ring IQ and movement skills to counter Daniel Dubois. But Warren gave a warning that Dubois would not be left.
Use what he is. He's a big, powerful man. He's got a good boxing brain. He's got a good jab. He's got to go out and control the fight from the first bell. Usyk will come at him in the first round. Usyk will, he'll look to be breaking his heart and taking the fight to him. That's what he'll do. He's not going to stand off him. So it's going to be who can control the centre of that ring.
It's going to be a magnificent fight on a magnificent night. The setting is just phenomenal. Over 90,000 seats sold. Imagine what the atmosphere is going to be like with these two champions in the ring fighting for the 4 belts, and history, a place in history for Daniel Dubois. He comes through, he'll be the first Brit to ever hold those 4 belts in the heavyweight division.
Also, an old rival and the father of Tyson Fury, Peter Fury, emphasized how Oleksandr Usyk was shown to deal with opponents much bigger than himself successfully and always stand on the winning end of things because of his versatility. He identified the adaptability of Usyk as one of his biggest characteristics. However, he was quick to put a note of warning.
Dubois probably has feels so much confidence, way more confidence than he did going into the first Usyk fight.
Yeah.
Peter, what can we expect?
I think it's going to be a very interesting fight because Dubois got a lot better. So he'll be a different man this time. But I don't know, I just favour Usyk with the feet. Because look, to land that power, you've got to get there. And you've got to get there against a box of tricks in Usyk.
Fury presented a more balanced opinion, demonstrating his respect for both fighters, but praising Dubois especially. He termed him as a powerful, talented heavyweight who was able to give anyone a hard time. However, Fury left no doubts at all, continuing to say that Usyk is on an entirely different level in terms of skills and the experience of winning titles.
He's been in with big punches, he's been in with the big heavyweights, he's mixed at the top. So I just feel on the sheer experience and just that ring craft what he's got, he'll negate that power. But he's got to be switched on for the full 12 rounds because one slip and the fight's upside down. So this is what I mean. When you're boxing somebody like Dubois, he's dangerous.
Yeah.
So Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Lawrence Okolie made his guess on the fight with certain reservations, saying that it was a tricky match to give. He was at first inclined to support Daniel Dubois because Dubois may succeed in breaking through and asserting himself.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I was thinking Dan was gonna be able to just get to him this fight, but then I saw Usyk in person yesterday, and I was like, oh, he looks actually. When I saw him, even when he boxed Tyson Fury, he didn't have a big presence. He just seemed like, with this one, he seems a little bit more thick, a little bit more like he's coming for a stoppage himself, so it'll be interesting.
Derek Chisora was not hesitant in his talk about the kind of mentality a wrestler requires to carry into the ring against Oleksandr Usyk. Addressing the faithful with first-hand experience, placed it on record that technical prowess would not get him through on its own. This was not only a matter of boxing talent against an opponent like Usyk, this is also a matter of tenacity, of the hurt locker, and of all-out faith.
Listen, what I'm saying is this, yeah. To beat Oleksandr Usyk, you have to be mentally disturbed in your head. Yeah?
You have to be mentally disturbed.
Yeah, because you have to understand.
Well, to take the fight in the first place.
Chisora refused that not all followers of boxing might believe that Daniel Dubois has a chance. But still, boxing multiple times in history has revealed that anything could and was likely to happen. He has used the surprise of Anthony Joshua in his previous loss, and stated that nothing is a certainty as long as the bell is rung.
Money is on Usyk, but you never know what the Triple D is gonna come and do. You know, the last time we sat in the same studios, we had AJ winning the fight.
Yeah.
And then AJ got clapped out, you know, so AJ had a bad day in the office, so you never know.
Exactly, so, and then remember, so you have to come in there looking to go to the other side, because he's looking to go to the other side.
Another pro, Tony Bellio, commented that the rematch by agreeing that Daniel Dubois had improved his form and has become more of a threat in the heavyweight arena. But Bellio was decisive that confidence will soon pass after the fight commences. He thought that the class and experience offerings of Usyk would dominate early on, toppling Dubois and confirming once again that the Ukrainian is clearly dominant inside the ring.
I think Daniel Dubois is now coming to a different stage in his career, where he's understanding now of what needs to be done and what's at stake. I think he's shown that he can overcome difficult times in fights now. And I think the victory over Anthony Joshua is going to propel his confidence levels to an all-time high. So I think he's well in this fight. I think he's a super dangerous challenger. And he'll go into it with a lot of belief. But I believe that belief will get shrunk. As the rounds pass and as the shots start getting landed on him, the questions will be asked of him again. Oleksandr Usyk will be victorious.
Gareth A. Davies repeated that feeling of respectful treatment of both of them, but was specifically attentive to the recent development of Dubois. He has praised Dubois, saying that we can see a transformation in him over the past 3 performances, and that the Londoner was no longer just a would-be, he is now a full-blooded contender.
The Jarrell Miller fight, through the Hrgovic fight, and then obviously latterly against Anthony Joshua, who really didn't turn up against Daniel Dubois. Obviously, Dubois looked a lot better in those 3 fights, and he's developed. There's no question about it. He's developed as a man, as a person, as an individual.
But soon Davies warned everybody against forgetting the fellow in the other corner. Davies highlighted that the high ring IQ and capability to remain cool-headed in tense situations made Usyk stand out among the others, so that he was one of the best and most deadly boxers in the field.
I think it's that Usyk is very, very good, that I think he'll show that he's got the wherewithal to win for the second time, and I think he'll outbox Dubois as the rounds go on. Dubois will be dangerous early. He'll outbox Dubois as the rounds go on, and I think he may even stop him late, but I think he'll win comfortably on points.
Michael Hunter admitted that Dubois actually possessed physical resources and opportunities to be dangerous, but it was crucial to bear in mind that mere potential was not sufficient. To him, the process of converting the ability to the outcome against this experienced and acute opponent was a totally different phenomenon, which Dubois was not yet ready for.
I see there's a lot of hope and there's a lot of people in England are picking Daniel Dubois, which is surprising. I think he does a lot better just because of the energy, but I don't see him winning. I think that Usyk just has a little bit more experience. He's obviously older. Daniel, I think, could win if he has the right game plan. You know, he's obviously capable He has the size, speed, strength, and stuff like that, capabilities. But to be able to implement it in the ring is two different things. So will he do that? I'm not sure. I think he could, though, but he's going to come a little bit behind.
Also, one of the famous promoters, Eddie Hearn, expressed his opinion about the rematch and underlined that Oleksandr Usyk had a cool mind and laser focus. He indicated that even when the two fighters met the first time, Usyk had not failed to demonstrate his superiority and calmness, and he was sure the Ukrainian would not turn nervous in the rematch, despite how heated the situation may be on the outside.
Just a stone cold Oleksandr Usyk. Like, you're not going to, I mean, probably the king of fuckery is Tyson Fury in terms of that pre-fight build-up. He's the best to do it. And he couldn't rattle Usyk once. So Dubois screaming in his face really ain't going to rattle Usyk, especially when he's already beaten him. But I do think this will be a sterner test for Oleksandr Usyk this time around, and a different Daniel Dubois that we saw in Poland. And I think it's a very dangerous fight for Usyk, but I just feel, how'd you pick against him?
Duke McKenzie started by admitting to the fact that Daniel Dubois was a fantastic puncher, and that he was indeed a murderous puncher, and that he had a chance in the rematch. He even went ahead to mention the demeanor of Dubois, which has changed, and now the young heavyweight walks with a more confident and mentally mature countenance.
Of course he's in with a shout because he's a murderous puncher, Daniel Dubois. Yeah, a lot's been made of his newfound confidence and the way that he carries himself and the way that he actually projects himself in public now, which will tell you that he's got a different sort of state of mind.
McKenzie still declared undying praise, notwithstanding that he only intended to support Dubois in case he was fighting an individual other than Usyk. McKenzie has analyzed Usyk and decided that Dubois would need to make it a war where the violence would be the main factor of success, as he was not going to outbox the Ukrainian in the 12-round fight.
I'm only going to echo what I've said previously. If Daniel Dubois was fighting anybody else, I'd back him to win, 100%. But in Oleksandr Usyk, you know, because when I watch Usyk fight, and I've studied him, you know, he's a cruiserweight coming up to the heavyweight division, but he's carried his cruiserweight speed. Nothing's changed with Usyk. He does the same things at cruiserweight, and now he's doing the same thing in the heavyweight division. So Daniel Dubois, for me, to win this fight, he's got to make it into an absolute bloodbath. He's not going to get a points decision against Oleksandr Usyk because he's not going to outbox him for the 12 rounds.
With the last bell skyrocketing and the dust being thrown up, there is one thing we can be sure of. This rematch has given us the required drama, intensity, and tactical battles we all expected. Daniel Dubois entered the ring with a lot of fire in his belly, but Usyk was just as authoritative as before, showing why he became one of the most complete fighters of the current generation. This fight will be discussed for a long time, regardless of whether it will be dramatic or bloody. Who would you rate as the winner in this battle? The raw strength of Dubois or the indomitable experience of Usyk? Post a comment, like the video, and remember to subscribe for more ringside access, post-fight breakdown, and exclusive interviews.